Hi everyone, welcome to Open Awards TV. I am joined today by the wonderful Kayleigh Robinson from our Open Awards assessment team, and today we're going to talk about our brand new Level 5 Outdoor Learning Specialist standard, which we're really happy to have been approved for. So Kayleigh, I'll ask you a few questions in a few minutes if that's okay, but I'm just going to have a little look at some of the information we've got about the standard first. So I know we're really excited to have received approval just recently, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
From the Education and Skills Funding Agency. So we are now an endpoint assessment organisation, also known as EPAO, for the apprenticeship standard. And it is the Level 5 Outdoor Learning Specialist, which is amazing. So at Open Awards, we are really proud to be delving into the world of standards, and I think this is the 4th apprenticeship standard that we've been approved for now. Is that right, Kayleigh?
It is.
Yeah, it is. So it is such amazing news. So if it's okay with you, Kayleigh, just so we can have a bit of a feel for what the standard's all about and why we've gone down this route, why did we choose this standard for Open Awards? Why did we go down this route with this one?
Okay, yes, so this standard then, it does directly support our strategic plan here at Open Awards. So to grow the endpoint assessment offer around our charitable objectives, but also around our existing qualification portfolio as well. So just an example of that, one of our charitable objectives is around sort of supporting education, achievement for all. So it supports alternative education in outdoor sport, leisure, tourism, youth work, etc. As sort of outlined in the apprenticeship standard, so apprentices will normally also be working or employed by a charitable outdoor organisation or school or social enterprise. So again, that sort of fits in with that objective that we have as a charity.
Yeah.
And then really just sort of finally, linking back to our portfolio, this particular standard sits well alongside the Open Awards Education and Training Suite, but also the Forest Schools suite of qualifications as well.
Yeah, it's quite similar. You can see how they're interlinked with forest schools and that type of thing. Yeah, brilliant. So for this standard then, and for this apprenticeship, how long does it take? How long does the actual apprenticeship take itself?
Okay, so all apprenticeship standards do vary and are very different, but it is always a bit of a guidance from the assessment plan that we work towards. So there'll always be a set minimum duration. So it is 12 months that has to be covered before the endpoint assessment can take place. But typically the guidance on this particular standard, especially being level 5, is 24 months. But of course, every apprentice's journey is different, so it can vary, but the minimum would be 12 months.
12 months. Okay, that makes sense. So within this then, what are the assessment methods? Because I'm guessing with it being outdoor learning in the title, you would need to do some elements of that. So how are you actually assessed on this?
Yeah, so there's some entry requirements to start with that the apprentice has to achieve. So they do have to meet the minimum level 2 for English and maths. And then as part of that as well, they do need to have achieved Ofqual level 3, 2-day outdoor first aid award, as well as an Ofqual regulated safeguarding award, which fortunately at Open Awards, that's also something that we already offer, which is excellent.
I was going to say, we offer that anyway, which is amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, and then in terms of the assessment methods that make up the endpoint assessment, so there's 3 separate components and they can be completed in any order as well. So firstly, there's a customer proposal report, which is completed post-gateway. So that's sometimes quite different depending on the standard, but this is a post-gateway requirement. And then on that sort of same topic, the apprentice will complete a presentation and a Q&A session, and that is a total of 60 minutes that's sort of allowed for that component. Quite a large observation because it is a 2.5-hour observation that's required with Q&A, so quite intense. But 30 minutes of that time is allotted to that Q&A section, so really it's a couple of hours for the observation. And then finally, as with many standards, there's a professional discussion, and that's underpinned by a logbook of evidence, and that is only a 40-minute assessment, which is quite nice on the back of the other 2.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think the time sounds reasonable though, because it is at that higher level. It is level 5. So it does really make sense to give that time dedicated for that learner, doesn't it? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds amazing. When are we going with this? When is it available then?
Well, working really hard at the moment, the assessment team, to try and get this live and available as soon as possible, but obviously we want to make sure we've got everything spot on as well. So our intention at the moment is to have it available to offer the assessment service for this particular standard for the new year.
Oh, okay, amazing. So will we be, well, I assume we'll be shouting about that from the rooftops once it's all sorted and ready to go.
Absolutely, yes, we will have information available on our website, and we'll utilise social media platforms as well to make sure all of our customers and potential customers are aware. But also on the back of that, just at the moment, just to point out for anyone who's interested, we are currently recruiting as well for subject specialists for this particular standard. So they are actually live at the moment on the website.
Brilliant. So I think if you are thinking about running with this standard, or you are currently running, come and have conversations with us now, because into the next year we will be offering that endpoint assessment. And I think as well, because of the length of time, you know, even if you're doing the 12 months or 24 months, you've got enough time to have those conversations with us now. Let's get you sorted, set up, you know, when your learners are going to go through the gateway. So let's work with that. So yeah, brilliant. Oh,
it's very exciting.
It is. It's really, really exciting. And I just think it's such a really good standard to get into the nitty gritty, and it links in with so many other of our qualifications that the learners have potentially got a nice journey to go on to reach that, which is fantastic. So thank you so much for joining us today, Kayleigh. And please do feedback to us and let us know more information in the new year once we've got this all sorted.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.